Have you ever pondered the thought, is the Philippines sinking? A question that might seem outlandish at first glance, but when you dive deeper, the reality is much more complex and alarming. The Philippines, an archipelagic gem in the heart of the Pacific, is under siege. Not by invaders, but by an invisible enemy, one that threatens its very existence: rising sea levels. The phenomenon of the sinking Philippines isn't just about the physical descent into the ocean, it's an intricate tapestry woven by climate change, geographical predispositions, and human intervention. A nation composed of over 7,000 islands, the Philippines sits precariously on the front line of the global climate crisis, making it highly vulnerable to environmental changes. But what exactly leads to this sinking phenomenon? Is it just the rising sea levels, or is there more to it? As we delve into the heart of the matter, we must first understand the factors at play. Climate change, a term we're all too familiar with, but what does it mean for the Philippines? Right in the heart of the Pacific, the Philippines has been grappling with the undeniable effects of climate change. For one, the country is particularly vulnerable to the rising sea levels brought on by global warming. These rising waters are not just a threat to coastal cities and communities. They're also causing significant erosion, leading to loss of land and vital agricultural areas. But that's not all. The warming planet is also causing more intense and frequent weather events. The Philippines, unfortunately, is no stranger to these. Each year, the country is hit by an average of 20 typhoons, some of which are devastatingly powerful. Typhoon Haiyan, for instance, was one of the most intense tropical cyclones ever recorded, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The connection between these severe weather events and climate change is becoming increasingly clear. As the world's temperature rises, so does the likelihood of these extreme weather events. This means more typhoons, more flooding, more destruction for the Philippines. Let's not forget, climate change also exacerbates existing environmental issues. Deforestation, soil degradation, loss of biodiversity, all these challenges are amplified by the shifting climate. The effects of climate change are not a distant future for the Philippines, they are a present reality. But nature isn't solely to blame. What role do we as humans play in this scenario? While the Philippines is indeed grappling with the effects of climate change, our actions as a species have undeniably accelerated the process. Let's take a closer look at some of the human activities contributing to this worrying trend. Firstly, deforestation. Once blanketed with lush, dense forests, the Philippines has seen a significant reduction in its forest cover over the years. Trees act as natural barriers, protecting the land from erosion and reducing the impact of floods. However, illegal logging and the conversion of forest lands into agricultural fields have compromised these natural defenses, making the land more susceptible to sinking. Secondly, overpopulation. The Philippines is one of the most densely populated countries in the world. This high population density puts immense pressure on the country's natural resources, leading to the over-extraction of groundwater. This, in turn, causes the land to subside or sink. Lastly, urbanization. Rapid and unplanned urban development has led to the construction of heavy infrastructure on soft, compressible soil, further contributing to land subsidence. Additionally, the replacement of natural land with concrete surfaces has disrupted the natural water cycle, exacerbating the effects of sea level rise. The sinking of the Philippines is a complex issue, with both natural and human-made factors at play. Our actions have consequences, and it's clear that we need to rethink how we interact with our environment to mitigate these effects. So what can be done? Can the Philippines and indeed our planet be saved from this imminent threat? It's time to talk solutions, folks. It's time to talk about sustainable practices. Yes, that means turning off the lights when you leave the room, recycling your plastics, and maybe even going meatless for a meal or two. But it's more than that. It's about demanding renewable energy from our power companies, supporting businesses that prioritize sustainability, and voting for leaders who understand that our planet is worth protecting. Conservation efforts also play a critical role. Planting trees, protecting our oceans, and preserving our biodiversity are not just fancy phrases for environmentalists. They are our lifeline. And finally, we must address climate change head-on. Mitigation strategies like reducing greenhouse gas emissions and promoting energy efficiency are crucial. The Philippines may be sinking, but it is not yet sunk. Together, we have the power to change the course of our planet's future.